Hi, this is Mayor Buckley, Mayor of the City of Annapolis. I am honored to welcome Col John Church to celebrate and commemorate Veterans Day with us here in the City of Annapolis. This year we are doing Veterans Day virtually because of the coronavirus. We'd all rather be together in person, being able to touch and support and send our love to our veterans, but that is not possible during this pandemic. We understand that we must keep safe the greatest generation.
Thank you, Mayor, for including me. And I'd like to add that for people who are not familiar with Veterans Day and how it came to be, I'd like to talk for a couple minutes, with your help, about how it came to be celebrated in November.
So the Treaty of Versailles was signed on November 11th, 1918, ending World War I. This peace treaty, which took effect on 11 a.m. or 11/11 at 11, marked what many at the time called the end of the war to end all wars.
And while this is a day of commemoration, it was also a day of celebration. So people knew that loved ones would be coming home from Europe. And so they sang, they rejoiced, they celebrated in many different ways.
It was originally known as Armistice Day. At 11 a.m., people were to take a moment out of their day to remember the sacrifice of veterans. Parades and other celebrations became part of our annual recognition of that day.
And in 1954, Veterans Day was established to add World War II and the Korean War, to add veterans from those wars, and to celebrate all veterans who had served.
In Annapolis, we take time every year at 11 a.m. on 11/11 to acknowledge these sacrifices at Memorial Circle in downtown. In the shadow of the United States Naval Academy, I think of the young men and women we see here in Annapolis. They come to the Naval Academy with fresh faces in July. They get their hair cut. They put in their plebe summer uniforms. And 4 short years later, we see them as men and women who will lead enlisted sailors, pilots, Marines, and other officers into battle. It is an amazing transformation. For me, these buildings in the background are a daily reminder of those sacrifices. I like having that reminder because for many Americans, military service happens to other people's children.
Veterans sacrifice each and every day to serve. They not only put themselves in harm's way, they also sacrifice time away from their families and their friends. Not all veterans serve on the battlefield, but today, because of the war on terror, many in uniform have seen or will see action in the battlefield.
As we honor veterans from all branches of the service, Navy, Marine, Army, Air Force, Coast Guard, let us take time to salute those who are fighting for our freedom. And I'd like to take a moment to salute my grandfather and my father-in-law, both Navy men. And now, if you could read a traditional Veterans Day poem for us, please.
Thank you, Mayor. It gives me great pleasure to read In Flanders Fields, written by John McCrae, Canadian Forces, 1915. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place. And in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived. We felt dawn, saw a sunset glow. We loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you, from failing hands, we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If you break faith with us, who die, we shall not sleep. though poppies grow in Flanders Fields. Thank you, Mayor.
We honor and thank veterans from families in Annapolis and in our United States Naval Academy community. If you're a veteran, thank you. If you are not, find someone in your life who is a vet and ask them about their service, or simply thank them for their sacrifice.
Mayor, I took great pleasure to join you this morning, and I wish to say thanks to my father and my family extended, many of whom attended the Naval Academy and served and retired as admirals, flag officers. I'm a military brat. I served in the Air Force for a total of 30 years on active duty and in the reserves. And during that time, I've seen military ceremonies around the world, and the overriding impression I have from my experience is that American soldiers, service personnel, represent the best that our society has. There's some exceptions, of course, but when you put it all together, we are proud of being soldiers. Thank you very much for having me today.
I want to thank personally Col John Church for being here again for us this year. I want to thank him for his sacrifice. I want to thank all the families and all the graduates of our Naval Academy in this city. Thank them for their sacrifice. Thank them for all they give, and thank their families for the sacrifice they make.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate being included. Thanks very much. Happy Veterans Day.